Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of FTB Revelation. As you can see, I have cleaned up, I made a bridge, I did some decorations, we have some olive trees and we have a path which ends here. Also, all the Astral Sorcery altars and also the infusion altar from Thaumcraft are gone. Where have they gone? I brought everything here and this is going to be our astral base. Behind that mountain is our actual base, so we're not that far away, it's just a direct line. Generally my problem is I don't like how astral buildings look. That's too white, this is too black, and it doesn't really blend in. If you're playing with Thaumcraft, you can blend it in, because it's the color of the rocks, it's the color of gravel. You can do something about it, but with white and black, I don't know what to do. So I thought I'll just bring everything and hide it far, far away. But then I actually fell in love with this area. Look, it's amazing. I should have started my base here instead of that stupid place. And there is a tunnel or a cave system, which I think if we dig straight, we would be able to reach our own base. And maybe later on we can connect everything using railcraft, or I don't know, go back and forth using a train. Should be nice, but we don't have that many stuff to do here, except from Astral Sorcery. So maybe we'll do Rustic as well. I don't know, have a brewery or something. But nonetheless, I have advanced a little bit into Astral Sorcery. I did make the Celestial Altar, I made a Garbage Collector Crystal, which we have to improve it immediately. I made the Starlight Infuser, and we are getting a little bit of Starlight. I also relocated our Attunement Altar, but it's not set yet because I want to change my attunement. So that has to wait. But we need to upgrade this guy first. We all know that a rock crystal has 3 different attributes: size, purity, and cutting. If we want to increase the size, it's relatively easy. We just dig a hole, empty a bucket of starlight, and drop the guy inside. After a while, it will consume the starlight and it will become bigger. If we want to increase the cutting, we just have to use the grindstone. So we put it like so, and we turn it a few times. And that will increase the cutting, and it will decrease the size, so we have to put it into starlight again. For purity, it would make sense to use a rock crystal which already has a high percentage in purity, so sometimes by random chance you will get something which has 92% purity, which makes your job far easier. Unfortunately, when you want to make the celestial crystals, no matter which attributes your rock crystal has, once you convert it, you will get random attributes, so you need to increase the purity anyway. Purity is also not that difficult, you just drop it into starlight. Once it reaches maximum size, there is a chance that it will break into 2 crystals and one of them will definitely have a higher purity rate. You just do this until you get a rock crystal which is, I don't know, 100% pure, and I need to sleep. I just realized I might have made a small mistake, so you might not be able to increase the purity of a celestial crystal because this guy has been sitting in liquid starlight for a while and nothing happened. So maybe I was wrong. I know for rock crystals it does work, but in any case, this guy will be a far better crystal than this one. We just have to wait for midnight. Just a little bit more starlight. The old crystal is giving us this much starlight, and if we switch it with the new one, I'm hoping it would be better. Please be better. Please, please. Yes? Actually, the new crystal is so powerful that we can craft anything we want, even during the day. That was awesome. We don't need you anymore. Actually, I just realized we kind of need you in order to make more star metal. Like this. But this guy actually broke. So I got a rock crystal with a very high purity and I dropped it into liquid starlight for a while and... let's see, what's the percentage? I think it was 82%. So one of them should be higher. This is 85, this is 82. So we keep you inside starlight, I guess. I'm not a fan of automating the process of making a perfect crystal, because I think it's a waste of time. You need like 10 of them maximum, so what's the point of spending hours in trying to automate one? We did this in Enigmatica and it turned out fine, so it's okay if we don't automate them, and while they're cooking I can also spend some time in decorating this area. But we are going to automate the production of starlight itself, so we need a mechanical user, and I forgot how you should work. So if I put you, will you just place it? No. Will you place it? No. So it's activate item with block. Okay, so we are generating liquid starlight using not just aquamarine but also rock crystals. The garbage ones which I had no use for them. For instance, this one has a purity of 48, which I don't need that, so we might as well use them. We have a backup tank for reserve, and then we have also fluid placers here, which will place the fluid, and then we can just drop the crystals and wait for them to split. That's the plan. I just realized that if you have a crystal cluster, you can accelerate its growth with the wand of acceleration. That's weird. And I think it's fully grown? Yep, it was. Perfect. We need to attune this because I want to upgrade our altar. So which one was it? Yeah, this is the garbage one. Get attuned. And I run away. We have everything we're going to need in order to make the iridescent altar, and we have plenty of starlight. So let's get started. Oh, this one's cool. Okay. I can watch this. That was a challenge apparently. Okay, cool. I need to sleep. Hahaha, the iridescent altar. I adjusted the multi-block structure and I think it's fine. Whoops! Oh no. I was going to say that this is the iridescent altar. I adjusted the multi-block structure and it seems to be working. You don't need to make it bigger, you just have to add these arches on top. And also we get this collector crystal, but I think it's only for decoration because we're not getting that much starlight. So let's install you and see if you make any difference. Please make a difference. Are you? That's not bad. Cool. I think we also need 4 spectral relays, because sometimes we need to add an additional reagent or something. Can you put something on them? No. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, it's fine. Now that we have the basics of an Astral Sorcery setup, let's try and craft a few things. Well, basically I did all of this just to make this stupid chalice, because I hate filling these things in manually with a bucket. So yeah, a chalice would help. So that's the first thing on the list. We have everything in order to make 2 chalices. What am I missing? Oh, gold. We have everything we're going to need in order to make 3 chalices, and let's get started. Did you work? So I have to place aquamarine somewhere? Yeah. It's nice, crafting with some assembly required. So I have 3 items in the altar. How would you understand that I have 3 aquamarines here? Yes, we have 1 chalice. Perfect. Let's make another one. To be honest with you, I think the last tier is the coolest one. Look. The particles are nice. So it wants me to fill it in 1 bucket at a time. I tried using a tank on it, but it didn't accept more than 1 bucket. It's full. Honestly speaking, I did not expect Astral Sorcery to become so interesting once we get to the Radiance chapter. It seems there are a lot of cool things that we can do, and I had no idea we can do them. The mod has gone through an update and I have to catch up apparently. Anyway, I don't think it's a good idea to spend the entire episode on Astral Sorcery, and we need to diverse our projects. But there is one thing that I wanted to do originally, which we're going to do, and then we will move to another project. And that is that I want to change my attunement from Evorsio to Dissidia. Evorsio is basically a mining constellation, and the extra damage that I deal is an added bonus, but Dissidia is purely offensive, and I like that. There might be far better ways of doing this, but this is the only one I know. We're going to use a shifting star, and that should take away our attunement. Your light fades. That's very encouraging. But we can attune ourselves again? Yes, perfect. Yes, our attunement has been changed to Dissidia, and I think we gain experience by killing mobs. Did we get anything? Hard to notice. Yes, we are gaining experience by killing mobs, which is perfect for me. Just for fun, I thought I'll make a new sword from Botania called the Thundercaller. I enchanted it as much as I could, but it's still a very garbage sword. But the effect is amazing. Look. Look at the lightning. It hits everyone. Not everyone, but you know, some of them. During this entire time, our ore miner has been extremely busy because we almost have 1600 ionite crystals, which is amazing. I was checking the guide, and it seems if we make a tier 3 nanobot beacon, we would get 12 modifiers, and I think that would be enough because I basically just want it for health boost, flight, and strength. So 12 should be enough, right? I think so. This is just under our base, and I thought it's a good spot because it's always chunk loaded. And I think this is the correct height. Whoop. Okay. Maybe I have to fly. Even the tier 3 version 1 is pretty chunky. But do we have the buffs? Oh no, of course not. We have to provide this guy with power. I'm not sure if I'm reading this correctly. Is it consuming 1.2 thousand RF? If that's so, it's not that bad. And we have the boosts. So we should get more hearts, right? Yeah, well, not that much. We still have blue hearts. I don't have enough elytras to make the flight modifier, but for now, this will do. Just out of curiosity, if I put another health boost modifier, will I get more health? No. It seems 4 is the maximum. Alright guys, in between the cutscenes I went ahead and made myself an advanced dislocator from Draconic Evolution. That means that I have already upgraded the fusion crafting injectors to Wyvern tier. And that got me thinking, we can actually upgrade these guys to Awakened tier, and all we need is a few Dragon Hearts. Cause if we get 1 Dragon Heart we can make 4 blocks of Awakened Draconium. So upgrading these guys won't be difficult, and I can also make myself a Draconic bow. So let us order a stack of End Crystals. This should be fun. I really hope they don't manage to get out. It's like 64 of them inside. But so far so good. I think we're almost at the end. To be honest with you guys, I thought this fight is going to be much easier and much smoother than how it went, because our sword is supposed to do 600 damage to the Ender Dragon, but it didn't do that for some reason, so I could not kill him with 2 or 3 blows on the bedrock thingy. So it's taking a bit of time. I killed him 5 times, so we have 5 hearts. There's a 6th heart in the ME system, so we can make 24 blocks of Awakened Draconium, and that should be enough in order to upgrade the fusion crafting injectors, make the bow, and also a flux capacitor, so that we can power the bow. I'm also looking for Draconium in the meantime, because I remember I saw a meteor over there. Okay, cool. We will have Draconium. So let's go and make the bow, and then we'll try this again. So this on its own is a hell of a grind, because every time we want to make 4 blocks we are going to need 350 million RF, which is going to take some time because our energy crystals are not the best. I thought I should upgrade my energy crystals to Draconic version, but that requires Draconic tier anyway, so yeah, we have to wait. I was going to say it's not that horrifying, but it is. It's gonna take hours. Right now a lot of crazy things are happening. I ordered nether stars, power went down, the reactor turned on, alarm went off. So yeah, it's scary. Our power reserve is critically low. The alarm just turned off, so we're above 17%, which is good, but I cannot make more Awakened Draconium until this guy gets full. So in the meantime, we should be able to make the Draconic fusion crafting injectors, because we have enough power for that, and I think it only needs like 1.3 million, which is not that much. And since I'm low on Draconium as well, we need to do this one by one, which is always fun. I would like to remind you that I'm not using the ore miners in order to get resources, so every Draconium that we have, I have to basically mine it. So we're going to start with 2 awakened cores. Oh, this is why I needed the second one, okay, the flux capacitor. We should not waste stuff. I made a Draconic flux capacitor, and here is a bow. Oh, that's fast. Relatively. Our bow is finally ready, but on its own it's garbage, so we need to upgrade it, and I'm not sure how much Draconium I have left, so this is going to take some time. I'll go mine some Draconium and I'll bring you back. Actually, the first tier is relatively cheap because what we need is only 5 cores. We need to upgrade the bow 4 times with all the upgrades and the flux capacitor once, so 5 upgrades. It's not that expensive, so we should be able to at least do this one, and then I have to go on. I started this process by having 1200 ingots of Draconium, and I went through most of that because in order to make a Draconic core you're going to need 4 Draconium ingots. In order to make a Vibrant core, you're going to need 4 Draconic cores, and in order to make an Awakened core, you're going to need 4 Vibrant cores. And that's already 1 stack of ingots just to make 1 Awakened core. So you go through them really fast, and this is why I'm running low. Okay, so it's been a while later, and after a ton of mining, I managed to get 2000 Draconium dusts, which I had to smelt them into ingots, but I managed to make another Draconic flux capacitor, which is upgraded to Draconic tier, and the bow only has 1 upgrade left. And I thought we'd do this together. Well, not all the way, because it's gonna take a long time. Why did I spend so much time in order to just make a bow? Well, it's not just the bow, I also changed my attunement from Evortio to Dissidia just for one reason. I was reading on the wiki, and apparently Dissidia gives us a perk called Long Shot. So the further away the enemy is, the arrow does more damage. And I thought it's very useful, especially if you're fighting the Chaos Guardian. So this is why I wanted the bow, and this is why I changed my attunement. But we need to charge it. We only have 850 million RF in our capacitor banks, and each one of these Draconic Flux capacitors take 640 million. So we already are short of 400 million, but that's fine. We just charge it and go and test it. And we're almost out. Yep. Since we are not in a shape to fight the Chaos Guardian, we're just gonna test this guy on the Ender Dragon. Are you following me? No. Okay. It helps if you're good with the bow, which I'm not. That was good. He lost half his health. And he's dead. I'm happy. Alright guys, the time is finally upon us. We need to improve our power system, and we're going to do that through Deep Resonance mod. Yay! No. We need to first upgrade our energy crystals, and then we'll get into Deep Resonance mod. I've been reading a little bit, but I'm still a little bit hazy. So I have to read a bit off camera, but there are good tooltips here. So that's something. RCL. Really cool lush. I'll read and then I'll come back. Alright guys, I have a small confession to make. I spent the last 4 hours trying to understand how the Deep Resonance mod works and how to make the perfect crystal using automation. The problem is, I'm running low on resources, and I'm tired of looking at these machines. So, we're not gonna do this episode, we're going to do it maybe the next one or the next one, I don't know. I have 2 small projects in mind, we're going to focus on them and wrap up the episode. This we will do later because I really don't want to look at them anymore. One of the things that I keep getting low on is these Infinity Booster cards. Without them, my wireless crafting terminal is almost useless. So it has a crazy recipe, so it does not make sense to even try and automate this because it takes a lot of resources and you go through them really fast. They do drop from Enderman though, so we're going to make an Enderman farm using Draconic Evolution. If we want to make a mob spawner using Draconic Evolution, what we're going to need is a mob soul. So we need to make a Draconic sword, and I hope it's getting ready. Good. And of course I have to upgrade it. Yes, we're almost done with the upgrades, and the only thing remaining is to get an enchantment called the Reaper. The problem with Reaper is that you can only get it on Draconic weapons, so it's not going to be that easy to get. I don't think. No, it's gonna take some time. Yes, Reaper 5! It's literally the best one we can get. I didn't know you can get it on your first enchant. I do have some books as well, and I think one of them should be Sharpness. That's Reaper, Sharpness 5, and Sweeping Edge. We don't need Sweeping Edge? What's this one? Looting, okay. So we just don't need the Sweeping Edge. You go back up there. We have a Draconic Sword which has Reaper 5, Sharpness 5, and Looting 3. Perfect. What we need is just an Enderman soul, so we need to just spawn Enderman, kill them until we get the soul. It's not gonna take that much time. I said it's not going to take that much time, but apparently it is, cause I still don't have it. Actually, we got one! One Enderman soul. Perfect. We don't need you guys anymore. Thank you for your cooperation. Interesting. So if you have Ender.io installed, you can create a stabilized spawner by crafting a core with an Ender.io broken spawner. So I can just do this. Interesting. Content save. Can I change the soul? I think I should. So I'll put you here and then I'll add the soul. This is going to be a very stupid thing to do because we're going to lose the soul anyway. Oh yeah, we can. Cool. The only problem is I need another soul. Don't? This is weird. In the last version you needed that. Oh no, you lose the soul. Okay, I'll go get another soul. This mob farm is not going to be something super special or super fancy. I just painted next to our base in a hole. And basically what it's going to do is to spawn Endermen, and we're going to grind them down for Ender Pearls and Infinity Booster cards. I did hook up the spawner itself to a redstone receiver so that we can turn it on and off remotely, and I do have an XP vacuum chest, which I painted it, up here, hooked up to a tank, and also a vacuum chest which is hooked up to an ender chest, which is our main ender chest for processing loot for our mob farms. Because we already have a system for processing loot and I have a slot for Infinity Booster cards. So we're fine. I think we're ready to give it a test run. I do have 2 mob grinders, so this should go really fast. We just put you in and run. Do you work? Yeah. Why aren't they dead? Oh, okay. I was going to ask why haven't they died. Then, yeah, it happened. Okay, it's fine. For some reason, I think we are not gaining any experience. I think the range is low. No, it does actually work. It's just super slow and I thought it's not working for some reason, but it's fine. We just turn you off and leave. And of course we can control it from here. We can turn it on or off. Anyway guys, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.